Hello everybody and welcome to Crochet, a Canadian crochet podcast. I am your hostess Claudia. Thank you so much for joining me today. I lost my A sign and I don't know where it is, and I'm very, very sad because I love my A sign. It's like the thing that I have, so hopefully I can find it for next week. I would like to apologize for the extended break between episodes because I don't think things through. I just kind of start and hope for the best. I recorded 2 episodes and then it was Christmas time, and Christmas and New Year's fell on Wednesday, and that's typically the day I like to upload. So, you know, that was that, and I was not feeling all that well yesterday, so I was hoping to get this, 2 days ago. I was hoping to get this out yesterday, but it's today. So here we are. I am not wearing anything crocheted myself today. This is just an old sweater that it's starting to get ratty. I got secondhand. I like it. It's lambswool and something else. But yeah, so it's getting, see, like that, and the elbows are starting to get quite thin, so there's that. Okay, well, I hope everybody had a great Christmas season, and that you got, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's good. Say holiday season. We'll say, I hope you had a good holiday season. 'Cause I understand that Hanukkah and Christmas occurred at the same time this year, so that's fun for us, I guess. All good. Okay, so I'm going to get started with, I don't know what, I don't have all that much stuff to show you that I have been working on, but we're gonna go with this. Let's see what's what. Okay, so for Christmas, I treated myself to a Swift. I got this at Michael's. It had a 40% coupon applied to it, so it was roughly 22 something plus GST. This is one of those things that was not a part of the GST rebate, or not rebate, but like, you know, the thing. I didn't find out about this until I like went to buy groceries, and the lady was like, oh yeah, there's no GST on stuff, and I was like, oh, whatever. Anyway, that was not applicable for this. So because now I haven't used this for a couple of days, so I forget how this works. Oh yes. It's not particularly fancy. It's all wood. It is what is the store brand? It's not Loops and Threads. It's something else. I can't remember now, but it's just like the Michael's store brand. This sounds really weird, and perhaps I will change my mind once I've used this a little bit, but I liked that everything is wood. So it came in the box with this one and this one off, and you just put it in yourself. So this is an umbrella style Swift. Because I've been getting more and more skeins of yarn that are the lovely twisty kinds, and I just have trouble caking them up because previously I put it around my knees, and it's okay if you have one, but I had a lot of yarn that I needed to cake up, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet, find an inexpensive one that I think will last, and hopefully this will be good. So it's a titch squeaky, but I found that was because I had it like cranked up kind of as high as it possibly could go. So I wanted to make sure that there was space between this and this top part. I'm sure all of these things have names. I just don't know what the names are. But yes, keeping the space between that, because it seemed that the rubbing of this wood here on this was making a squeaking sound. So as long as I didn't have that like jammed right up across the top, it seemed like it was pretty quiet. So obviously it's not the fanciest Swift you can get. It's pretty, like, it's inexpensively made, I think, but again, like, I'm looking at the stuff that I think would fail. Like these could potentially get the arms that stick out, they could potentially break, but my husband is like such a genius that I believe he could repair this for me if I needed to. Or if these strings, which feel this like a knotted nylon, I mean, I can fix that. Like, not a big deal. Yeah, also he is a woodworker, so if I ever needed any adjustments to the quote-unquote hardware, I'm very confident he could do that. So I've used this a couple of days, I should say, several times in the day. And I liked it, and it worked well, so I have no complaints about it. But again, I have nothing to compare this to, so perhaps ignorance is bliss, but it works for me, which was great. Part of that, when I was using that, I had a Knit Picks ball winder that I found at Walmart, or like cake maker thing, and it's just plastic. It's nothing fancy. The ball winder cost more than that. That was $30, that was less. It had been like skipping and really dragging and stuff, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I hope I don't have to buy another one, because I'm gonna have to spend, because even the $30 for that was not very expensive, but I ended up I took it apart as much as I could. So any of the little bolts and screws that were in there, I took out, which was two of them. And I found the inside of my ball winder just was full of like, you know, bits of dog hair, because we know like the secret ingredient around here is dog hair. And then, you know, like the little bits of fluff of yarn that got caught. I was actually surprised how little was in there given how much I've used it and how long I've had it. So I was impressed that it took this long, because I've had this for probably 2 years at least, and I've done no maintenance to it. So this is the first time I've done any maintenance to it. And it was kind of gross to do it, but it was nice because the swivel part, actually I'm gonna grab it. So I'll be right back. I didn't think this through very much before I started this. So what I did is I ended up taking this part off. So it's just a twist and pull. This is actually how it came in the thing. And I took, we'll just start back to square one. I took this bolt out, and I consider it a bolt because it got a flat end, and this one as well. So then this thing comes off. Everything stayed on here. Which was fine. That wasn't really the part, because I would feel this, and this part was fine, but it was like there was the internal workings that weren't working. Inside are two little plastic gear things. I'm just gonna twist that back on. There we go. Yes, so then once I got that off, there's two little gears inside, and I did see that one tooth is chipped on the gear in here, but again, not surprising, because I tend to overload this at times. I'm just not thinking, and I'm kind of going along, and then I look and the cake is like out to here. All that being said, it seems like it was fine. So sorry, I totally lost where I was going. I apologize. Sorry, in here. So right there's the gears in here. So, and then to attach this little part here to this, there is it's not a bolt exactly. It's got like a tiny, tiny little gear, and then like a piston, not a piston. I don't know, maybe it's a bolt. I couldn't take it off though. It had a really, really weird top, so I just left it. Anyway, so that was in there, and that was what was caked in the hair, and that was what was having trouble, was that not the like this part, but this part that went into this part, if that makes sense at all. Anyway, so I got tweezers and I picked all the old hair out, and okay, so this is how we got onto this topic. Sorry, it's gonna be one of those days. I was not feeling very well yesterday. I had a really, really weird migraine, so I'm just like kind of catching up, but every once in a while I catch myself and I'm like, something's not right in there. Anyway, sorry. In there, on that thing that was like the bolt that had the tiny gear, that was like the little rod there that I couldn't get out. It had like grease on it, obviously, because it's a moving part, and metal on metal does not do well. So it was really, really black, and it smelled really bad too. So I had to take tweezers, and I picked all the little furs and bits and all that stuff out, and I turned it around and got all that cleaned up, and I sprayed, what did I spray? I used rubbing alcohols because it would dry quickly to clean it, and I used the Dawn Power Wash because that has alcohol in it and it dries really quickly. So I did a couple of sprays in there, got the teeth of the big one sorted out, and then that was cleaned as well. I used a toothbrush in there. This really should have been a video. I wish actually I had recorded the whole thing, but not that it was particularly interesting, but if it was somebody that was wanting to know how to clean their ball winder, it would be useful, because I didn't find anybody that had done it. So all good. Luckily there's not that many parts, so I didn't wreck anything when I was doing this. Anyway, all that being said, got all of the old bits and hair and yuckiness cleaned out. I sprayed some WD-40 in there, wound it around a whole bunch of times to sort of lubricate it. And I sprayed the lubricating WD-40 on it. There are different kinds of WD-40. If you were not aware, lubricating WD-40 is for like bike chains and stuff. It's meant to lubricate. WD-40 really is to help get water out of stuff, because it has, you know, the oil water helps spray it out. So all good. It's all clean. It doesn't smell. Works perfectly. Again, would recommend. Okay. This is going to be all over the place. I'm so sorry. Today I'm drinking chai tea. Okay, what should we get? Okay, we'll move on to yarn procurements. So for Christmas, I got a gift card to my local yarn store, and the lady, like, bless her heart, when my husband gave me the gift card, he told me that she told him that I should wait. She knows who I am, luckily. I'm like one of the 2 crocheters that comes into the store, to wait, because every year they have an end of the year clear out sale, where you can get between like 25 and 60% off of the stuff that's in the store because they do inventory at the end of the year and they don't want to count it. And I'm like, perfect. I love that. So I was able to get a ton of stuff in there. And what are we going to start with? I don't even know. I had notes on this stuff and I didn't keep the labels, but now I have forgotten where my notes are. So I'm going to try and do my best to remember this. Okay, this first here is, oh yes, everything by the way is either, it's all wool. Some of it's superwash, some of it's not. That's all I can remember, but everything is 100% natural fiber that I bought, except for the sock yarn, but that's sock yarn. Anyway, these two said that they were the same color. This is Cascade Superwash. This is Sport. Yes, that sounds about right. I will put all of the details. I have it written down and it's in Ravelry, so I can very easily look it up. It's just I can't look it up right now because I'm using my phone to do this. Anyways, all that being said, I forgot the number, 125? Yes, this color is 125. I don't know, it doesn't have names, they have numbers. These said they were the same dye lot. These are technically like the same color. It said that both 125 and I forget what the dye lot number was, it was really long, but I don't think these look the same at all. Like they're sisters, they're not twins, but that's fine because I have some sort of plans for them. They're really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see. There's several different colors sort of woven together and then they cake up, like they're self-striping as well. The reason, okay, I just want to say before people are like, oh, obviously the cakes are different. Like clearly the cakes are different. Like one starts purple, one starts green, but the greens are not, like the greens are not the same in here. So that's why I'm saying I think there was perhaps a mislabeling, but I don't care. So there is that. I also got in the same, is this it? No, sorry, I've got a whole bunch of bags as well. My friend, I'm just going to talk about the bags for a second. My friend makes me these every year, so I've got 3 right now. I have more somewhere, but she gives us apple cider mix, usually a couple of presents, things like that. But I love these. They're nothing fancy. They don't have pockets, nothing. They're just 2 fabric layers, and then they've got a ribbon closure that you can do too, and nothing comes out. And I mean, they're Christmas, but it's fine. I use them for project bags. Sorry, I'm drying clothes right now, so there's just noise all over. Again, as usual, isn't this an episode without weird background noise? Anyway, back to the yarn. This is the same brand as this stuff here, this Cascade Sport Superwash stuff. This is color 104, I believe. And this one, yes, so it's a really pretty purple. It's like the 2 purples that I typically wear. It's that kind of like burgundy-esque purple, and then the more like aubergine purple that I like. And it's the same thing. It's got like different colors woven into it or spun into it. It's so pretty. And it's actually quite soft. I really do like it. So I have that in a bag. It's not really attached to anything. This is the bag of like hopes for this one. These 2 guys go with it because I like to crochet. I try to find colors that are all the same brand and same weight because I don't know if you've noticed, but you can get like the loops and threads worsted weight wool, which is the size 4, and then you can get the Bern yarn size 4 worsted, and they're not the same. And you can totally tell when you work something up because like some of the color is like big. Sometimes you want that. I don't really always want that, so I tend to I will change yarn brands just to find like a wide variety of colors so that I can make something that's colorful. Next, I know we're just going all over the place. Oh gosh, this I don't remember basically anything about it. It's a Canadian brand. That's all I remember. This is a Canadian brand and the color is pumpkin. This is 100% wool. This one, I don't think no, this one is Superwash. Oh, it's something painted. DK? Maybe. I can't. Yeah, this one totally escapes me. But I absolutely just loved this color. Loved it so much. I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I was just like, I'm going to buy all of the color that you have. And I did. So nobody likes orange. So I get to pick the litter for that stuff. The next one this one is funny. So this one is extremely inexpensive. It's called Errofil, Errofil. It's 100% blue Leicester. I'm sorry, I'm probably saying that wrong. But again, you'll be able to see I will make sure I have all of the information below so that you guys can look this up as well. Or you can befriend me on Ravelry. It's all in my stash. Yes, so this was, yes, it's mulesing free. This is not super washable, so this one will shrink. It was ridiculously inexpensive. One skein of this, so this is 3. One skein of this was $13. And I believe by contrast, oh, but I got these on sale. These were like sale. Oh yeah, this would have been more on sale. Regular price was $13 each for this. So I'm super curious how this is gonna work out, because I may be like, that's a doable price for that kind of yarn. It feels really nice. But so this was burnt orange. That's what the color is. But yeah, so you can see there's the difference between, but they're about the same weight, like almost exactly, but they're completely different companies. So this is made, I think, in Turkey, maybe Turkey. I can't remember. Again, all this stuff will be, this one was not in Ravelry, so I'm not sure if this is a fairly new company. Perhaps that's all it is, but I did write everything in the notes about this yarn from the label. Like I wrote everything on there about what it called for and all of that stuff. So I have that. Again, I don't know what I'm using this for. It just drew me in because of the color. I was sort of practicing making a sleeve. And what is this? Like a decoration, I guess? I don't know. I like how it looks, but this is not what this is for. This was just like, I'm going to fiddle around, and I should know by now I shouldn't fiddle around with my nice yarn. I've got my quote unquote garbage yarn that I keep just for that purpose, but you know, I get excited, so. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to sock yarns, and this one actually made me laugh. So I've bought this exact yarn before. This is Pro Lana Super Soxx with 2 X's, no, Lang. Pro Lana Lang Super Soxx? Yeah, that sounds about right. I have bought this before. So this is wool, nylon, something else. It has 3 components. In the color Bern, I've purchased this exact yarn before, and I didn't realize it until I'm going through my socks, and I was like, look at that. That's awfully similar. So one trick pony for these, I guess. I'm gonna make socks with them, being boring. So yeah, that's very pretty indeed, I think. What is next? Gosh. This one is covered in grass for some reason. This is Estelle yarns. This side of the cake looks yucky. This side looks better. It was so beautiful actually in the ball when I got it. It was just like, that's the most perfect rainbow I've ever seen. It's Estelle yarns, and the color is called Rocket. I remember that because it made me laugh. But I just thought this was so pretty and so fun. It feels a lot more lightweight than this one. Like this feels really dense by comparison. I should weigh them and see. I mean, the human hand can't tell, but I mean, it's such a different color story. And I love both of them. So there is that. And then, oh gosh, okay, this one was the most expensive one. This one was, I think, $36. Oh, it's got a sheep on the label. I'm literally the worst. I was so good last episode showing you all my new stuff, and this one I've done like complete opposite. I cannot remember. Again, because I'm new also buying like fancy yarn. I have yet to learn the names. It's made in Canada, it's wool, it's made for socks, it's beautiful, it's so soft. Gosh, what was this one called? It's some kind of island, that's all I remember. I've bought this one, gosh, like not this one, but this, I think this brand. It's got the sheep that I think it's got like the 6 and something, like the full curl. It's got a curl and it's got a sheep or a ram on the label. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, this is for socks as well. But when I look at it, I just thought it was funny that it's like, it kind of graduates from not so bright to super bright, but all good. Not that I really need a bunch more socks, but I do like them, so here we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to move into is a bit more of new yarn and stuff I'm working on right now, because one thing is attached to some new yarn. Which ball is this? Nope, this one here. This one also is Estelle yarns. This is a Superwash Merino Fine. That's what it's called. Perfect. The color, I believe, is just called purple, but it is oh, it doesn't pick up on the screen very well. It looks just like black. What do we do here? No? Anything? Ferris? There we go. Yeah, covered in hair as usual. This is beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's like poofy, sort of. It comes in these little itty bitty balls, so they're like maybe 50 grams a pop. I'm not sure. I bought 5 or 6 of them. These were on like ultra sale, so I got a really good deal on these, and I am making a t-shirt with them. This is, again, the Originally Lovely crochet t-shirt pattern. Oh my word. The dogs got into my stuff the other day and they were laying on it. Like, and I mean, I know they're dogs. They don't understand the difference between this and a crochet blanket, but I wish they did. So I've been working on this for about a week, I'd say-ish. Oh gosh, you can't tell it. Oh, it's beautiful. Just believe me. So this is using my very favorite crochet stitch, the moss stitch, as the pattern calls for. I had accidentally added a whole bunch of extra stitches. I think I was just not watching around here, and it ended up making a weird shape, and I tried it on and I was like, what the heck happened here? I did not just like lose a ton of weight all of a sudden. And then I laid it flat and took a look at it and I was like, oh, no one's shaped like that. So I had to, I mean, it was about to there. So like a goodly way, like I was within spitting distance of being done, and I had to pull it all the way back to about there. So I got this done last night. I'm hoping to have this done in the next couple of days, but we will see. So I do really like this yarn. It is a titch, because it's so fluffy, it's a titch splitty. So I have had a bit of issue with my hook going through the yarn if I'm not paying attention. And I wish I could show it to you, but it's not picking up on here because it's too dark, I guess. Yeah, it's like this most beautiful aubergine color. I just love it. It's like a perfect shiny one you would see in the grocery store. I think the reason that it's like that is because like the poofiness of the yarn is it's just not a tight twist, which is okay. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure it would feel like baling twine. So yeah, so there is that. I am using a Susan Bates 3.75 millimeter hook. I'm actually following like all the directions, which is so not like me to make this. So that should hopefully be done very soon. Okay, that is the end of what our procurements this year, or this season anyhow, in my bag. And next is, oh yeah, I was working on this and then I was just, you know, I got new stuff and I was like, ooh, shiny, so I'm a crow. I have another t-shirt that I've made. This one is a bit of a more crop style, using still the same pattern, the Originally Lovely. This one is using the Patton's Croy sock yarn in Blue Raspberry. Ooh, there's a big ball of my daughter's hair on there. This stuff is quite scratchy by comparison to all that other stuff. It is a wool nylon acrylic blend. It may even have something else in it. It's not my favorite. It's a little bit thicker. The strands feel thicker. Like it doesn't feel like a true sock weight by comparison. Let's grab this guy, grab the end of it. Yeah, let's see here. Can we tell? There. So there, I won't pull them. It looks very similar on camera. It feels really big by comparison to this stuff. I don't know why that is. Could just be the yarn content, for all I know. I got these at Michael's. I used their coupon for the 20-30% off, whatever it is. This is a cropped style shirt that I've made because I'm intending to wear it with dresses. It is just about done. I don't know why I didn't finish, and I'm so bloody lazy sometimes. I have a whole like sleeve done. I need to finish the second sleeve and then do the neck ribbing, and then that's it. Then it is done. But that is that. So that's how it works up. I think it's pretty. It's coming up good. That is that. Alrighty. I have another thing that I'm working on, and I was really hesitant to put this on here. But in the interest of full transparency, we're going to do this. So I decided that I would like to add a few more stitches and skills to my repertoire this year, as well as, and it's not because I hate it, it's just a personal choice, I would like to move away from big box yarn for garments. So anything new that I'm making for myself, I would like to use natural fibers as much as possible. Again, just a personal preference. I'm not saying anyone is bad if they don't want to do that. And I understand not everybody can afford that. I couldn't afford that for a very long time. But now things are much better, so I can actually like have viable options to go check things out. All of that being said, I wanted to add some new stuff to my repertoire. So I was like, hey, you know what? Why not Tunisian crochet? Because I know how to crochet. I have a hook, and why not? Why not? I tried it, gosh, probably 6 years ago. Gosh, probably longer than that. Yeah, it was a long time ago. And I knew like the basic stitch that you can make. So I was like, okay, like I have a fundamental understanding of that. Why don't I try some other stitches? So I found this really pretty one, and it's called a smocked stitch. You can do this in regular crochet as well, and it comes out roughly the same, but I just thought this was pretty, and I mean, if I'm trying to learn how to do this, then that's that. This is the hook that I am using. It is a Susan Bates. No, it is a boy. It's a boy hook. It's 5mm. It's got that stopper on the end. Can't see anything. It's gold. It's long. It's wildly unwieldy. I don't like this. This actually, I think, is probably why I stopped doing any Tunisian crochet, is because I've got these wee little hands, and I know the yarn has to go somewhere, but when I'm trying to go, it makes my elbow really sore because it's so big compared to my other ones. Anyway, because that's all I had and I wanted to try it out, I decided to. And the reason I'm, you're gonna see, you can laugh at this. I've laughed at this many times. And I was going to frog it, but I was like, you know what? I just have to be okay with sucking at something. And I do. I suck at this. I'm terrible at this. This is a solvable problem though. This is something that I can learn how to fix with time and practice. But here we go. I was wanting to make myself a nice little sleeve for my Kindle, so when I throw it in my bag, the screen's not getting all scratched. But here, here we are. This is so reminiscent of my very early crochet days. So this is supposed to be like scarf shape. It's supposed to have nice straight sides. I mean, that's pretty straight there. That seemed to be going okay, but it's like this. So obviously I'm doing something wrong. I'm pretty sure I figured out what it is after watching many more tutorials. And yeah, like I added a bunch of stitches there, and it curls real bad, which I know Tunisian does curl, but I was hoping I could fix that. Yeah, I mean, if you only look at the center part here, like between these two black bits, like I think it's fine. It seemed to work out. It's just my edges are just terrible, and like I don't know what happened there either, because I was counting and it seemed like it was fine because I was getting the same number of stitches, but obviously I'm not doing something right because it shouldn't look like this. Like, so embarrassing, so embarrassing. The back of it, fascinatingly to me, looks like garter stitch when you're knitting. It's really neat. I don't know. So yeah, I'm holding my hands up, admitting fully, this is terrible. This is going to be frogged after today. But yeah, like this is awful. This is really embarrassing to me. Nobody likes being bad at things, but I feel like some people are much easier. Like they can accept it. I'm an errand here. There we go. They can accept it much easier. I feel like I can say it, but I don't feel it. I'm getting to the point now where like I'm feeling like it's okay to be terrible at this, because I literally tried it like thrice, and now I've tried it again, and like the fourth time I crocheted something or was working on crochet, it was terrible. Like, of course it was terrible. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know any better. I was hoping though I would get this a little better now that I have had other crochet experience for so much longer now. And I'm hoping that it will. I really do. But oh gosh, I kind of want to take a picture of this just for like posterity's sake, just because it's so bad. Like, oh my word, it's so bad. Actually, that's the thing, is that there's that Dunning-Kruger effect, is that when I was first crocheting, I didn't realize how bad it was because I didn't know any better. Now I know better, and I'm just like, oh no, this is terrible. This is embarrassing. This is bad. But I own the badness. I own that it's not great. And I also own that I can learn how to do this better. So I think that was also the thing back in the day, is that there were like photo tutorials when I was looking this up. There was nobody like the lovely Toni Lipsett putting out these beautiful crochet patterns for Tunisian crochet. And she's actually who I learned to do this smart stitch on. But now that I'm thinking about it, I probably don't have the fundamentals of just the straight basic stitch of Tunisian, so I'm gonna have to go like really back to square one. I feel like this was like 1A, and I have to go back to whatever like would be before 1, like 0.5A. to get this all sorted out. So yeah, so there we go. Like, I'm terrible. I own my terribleness. Hopefully it will get better and I'll know better soon. So there we go. There's that. Okay, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. Dogs didn't bother us this time. I'm surprised that happened. That very rarely happens. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you next time. If you can give this a like, a subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when I upload next, I would greatly appreciate it. I will talk to you guys all very soon. Bye!